I've always been extremely cautious in my career path, and I'm not one to make knee-jerk decisions. So I'm a Colts fan.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's all right. It could be worse. Ethan is extremely particular when it comes to the process and doing things right and consistency, and it just sets us apart.
Welcome back to another episode of Andy's Talk. Today I'm joined by a great friend of mine, a dear brother, as he calls me all the time. Daniel, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Daniel, you're wearing green now. So this has been, how many months have you been here now?
Started in May.
Okay. So you've been here since May. What is your role here at Andy's Roofing?
I am the production manager.
I thought it was Josh Leake's team.
Josh got fired.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, Josh. It was nice knowing you, man.
He doesn't know yet, so...
So tell me a little about, we do these because we want people to know our team members and the leadership team here. So tell me a little bit about where you're from. Have you been around here for a long time? Where'd you go to high school? All those little details.
Okay, yeah. So went to high school at South Central in Elizabeth, Indiana. Still live out that way. Been with Ethan really since the beginning in various positions, I guess to say. When he started his company, I was working for ABC Supply as his sales rep, and then moved over to Superior Distribution, which is now SRS, and now I'm officially an Andy's team member, which is exciting. So it's been a fun ride.
Tell me a little bit about your experience with Ethan at the beginning. What was this little young kid like that just wanted to be this mega roofing company? What was it like?
So Ethan's incredibly driven, and I could tell very early on. He knew what he was talking about. He had clear goals. He knew where he wanted to be, and he knew the steps he needed to take to get there. I think, really one of the few people that believed that he was going to do what he said he was going to do, and he did it faster than what he had hoped. So he achieved a lot of things that most companies take years to achieve, and I got to see that firsthand, which was really, really exciting. And I can look back and honestly say I knew this was going to happen. So,
did he ever tell you? Because he's the type of guy to be like, "Hey, you're going to work for me one day." From the beginning, he just.
I think he offered me a position with his company 8 times before I finally took it on the 9th.
So what happened on the 9th? A religious person, you believe praying God, believe in the right timing and stuff like that. Does that play into it, or is it just? What?
Yeah. So it's a very, very long story. I had been in in-home sales before I went to ABC. I was working crazy hours, which most in-home sales guys know, and I had missed several years with my family in doing the career chase and sales, and when I got to ABC Supply, it was a complete change of pace as working on the supply side. So I was spending a lot more time with my family. I had freedom again, and I was enjoying that. And I was always afraid of taking the risk of getting back into that crazy, hectic lifestyle because I didn't want to give up what I had already, I'd just gotten it back. So that was one of the things. The other thing was, it was a new company. I've always been extremely cautious in my career path, and I'm not one to make knee-jerk decisions. So it's not that I didn't trust him, because I do trust him. That's why I work here today. But it was just a decision that it took me a while to make. And like you said, God's timing worked out because I went through things, I learned things in the process that are now benefiting me in the position that I'm in. So
yeah, and tell me a little bit about your job at SRS. You worked with several companies, maybe roofing, just construction in general. What makes Andy's different? Like, not even from just roofing. Like, what? Because you've seen a lot of people, you deal with a lot of people. Clearly, you could have worked at any company. Now you're here. What's the difference, like, between companies?
I think the biggest difference is in the process, the secret sauce that makes Andy's Roofing what it is. I have had the opportunity to work with several pretty good companies. I've done a lot of new construction. I've done a lot of renovation work, worked with roofers, window companies, siding companies, fencing companies. I mean, I've worked with a ton of different construction applications, but Ethan is extremely particular when it comes to the process and doing things right and consistency, and all the core values that we hold dear here at Andy's Roofing. And it just sets us apart. It just sets us apart. And there are companies out there that have aspects of what we do, but none of them really encompass what Andy's Roofing does.
That's good. You mentioned your family. How many kids do you have?
I got two. I got two girls, 8 and 12. My wife and I have been married since 2008. And I've got two beautiful baby girls at home, and they're awesome. You know,
I have all the power in this seat, so I like to tell people, like you just told me that I was 10 when you got married, by the way.
Ouch. Thanks, dude. Yeah. It's funny because it is so funny because for a long time, I was always the youngest in the position. Like I was the youngest in-home sales guy at the company I was working for. I was always one of the young guys, and now I'm not the young guy anymore. Now they're
You're the old head.
Yeah. Now they're calling me dad. So it's really weird because I'm only 37. So.
Yeah.
So it's funny, but yeah, I got two beautiful girls at home. I attend a fantastic church, First Baptist Church in Elizabeth. I'm an associate pastor there. I take care of the young adult group that we've got, which is amazing. And being a part of that church is awesome because it takes a village.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a village, and my girls are better for the community that is built around that church. They're fantastic. They're super smart, athletic, very caring, loving, and I'm blessed to be able to be their dad.
You're volleyball dad right now, right?
Volleyball dad, yeah. Volleyball season's in right now. Aubrey is the captain of the 7th grade team at South Central, and they are still undefeated, which is fun. It's been fun to watch. Busy but fun.
What do you like outside of work? What are your hobbies? What are your interests?
Right now with volleyball season on, it's volleyball.
Yeah.
We had 3 games this week. So most of the time after work, it's spent at the gym, watching her play. I don't really have.
What concession stand has the best popcorn?
Ooh, that's a good question. See, I'm not a popcorn guy. I'm
What do
more
you-
of a pretzel guy.
Who has the best pretzels?
I will say we just played Rock Creek this week, which is right down the street. And their pretzels were really good, but they actually used queso instead of just nacho cheese.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I think Providence has the best pretzels.
I haven't been to Providence yet.
They got some good pretzels, man.
It's a good school. I've got some friends that used to coach there. So
Yeah, great pretzels. All right, back on topic. Sorry. Your hobbies. I went skeet shooting with you for the first time.
That was fun.
Is that hobby outdoors guy?
I'm an outdoors guy. I like to fish. I like to play golf. Softball on Friday nights. Right now we're playing in an adult softball league. So when we get to, like this Friday, we're supposed to have 2 games, but actually today, I don't know if we're going to because it's raining. But between work and church, I don't have a lot of free time. So when I do have free time, I like to spend it with my girls. And then if they're off doing something, which is rare, that I'm not with them, I'll try to fish or play golf or go shoot with my buddies.
Yesterday, I'm feeling old. You said you're 37. I'm 27. So I played basketball at 6 a.m. Played 18 holes of golf at noon. And then we had our Christian Academy alumni baseball game last night. We played a baseball game. So I'm like,
nice.
I feel like I got hit by a truck today.
Yeah.
Like
I
sitting
can
here
imagine.
right there in this position, I'm hurting.
Yeah. I've got a scramble coming up. South Central's basketball team scramble's coming up on the 29th of this month. I'm looking forward to that.
Sadly, I don't support them right now.
Yeah, it's
I will
all right.
next year.
It's okay.
I'll support them next year.
Yeah, I'm excited to play. I'm just excited to play because it's been a long time since I've gotten to. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
At your job here at Andy's Roofing, you said you're in production. What all does that entail? If somebody's not watching, or if somebody's watching and they don't know the process, or what do you do? When do you start your role in the process?
So typically, after the homeowner has met with our project consultants and they've agreed on the project, they've signed the contract, they've paid their deposit, that's when the project gets moved to me. So I'll review a project, look at every aspect of it, order the material for it, do the takeoffs. Once I've got that done, Then we work on scheduling it with a homeowner. Once I've scheduled it with a homeowner, I schedule the delivery with our supplier, schedule our site supervisor and installer for that day, and then move through the process. Once the project is on the schedule, we make sure that we show up on time. We do what we have been contracted to do down to the letter, leave the home better than we found it, and then we move it down through to the rest of the team.
That's awesome. Anybody watching, I have to apologize that this was not centered. So let me just fix that real quick. Daniel, if you have a friend that doesn't know about Andy's Roofing but's looking for a career change, why would you encourage them to come work at Andy's Roofing? What is it about them to say, hey, you should, this company's great, come work for them?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. My resume is terrible. If you look at my resume, I've been so many different places over my career. But what I like about Andy's Roofing is you know what is expected of you. I like to have clear expectations set for me because that way I know what target to shoot for. So I like the clear expectations. I like the camaraderie of my team. Kevin's phenomenal. I love working for Kevin. He's been one of the best guys that I've had the opportunity to work with. Ethan, I've worked with for years. We don't get to see each other a whole lot in the roles that we're in right now because his focus is where it needs to be and my focus is where it is, where it needs to be. So we don't really see each other a whole lot right now, but that's probably going to change in the next couple months. But it's just a fantastic environment to work in. We've got an amazing team. Our project consultants are phenomenal. Some of the best guys I've worked with. Riyadh, our sales manager, is passionate. He's driven. He truly cares about his team, which is really refreshing. You're a blast to work with. I love it when you guys show up on our job sites and when you pop in at the office. It's always fun. It's a great place to be with clear expectations. We have clear goals in mind, which is really nice because it's just a constant light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, you're grinding every day, but we know where we're going, and it's really exciting, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm really excited to see where we are in the next couple of years. It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be fun. If we could fast forward to 3 years, I think 3 would be a good number. I want to see what's going on, what's cooking.
Yeah.
All right,
it's gonna be wild.
We're in the sports/Bible belt here. You got to tell me what are your teams so you cheer for?
Oh man. So
you don't have to be a diehard fan, but just like
I'm a Colts fan.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's all right. It could be worse.
you could be the Panthers. You could be the Charlotte Panthers.
It could be worse. So I've been a Colts fan for a long time. I like the Cincinnati Reds. I don't get to watch a lot of baseball. I like to watch golf, but with 3 girls in the house, I don't ever get to watch what I want to watch. So.
You got a favorite golfer right now?
I got a couple. I like Ricky Fowler. Big Addison Greenwell fan. If you're watching, like playing with that dude.
Little New Albany Bulldogs.
Yeah,
shout out there.
He's good. Joe Bird over at Cherry Valley. He's a good golfer too. No, I like Ricky Fowler. There's a couple guys that I like.
I'm a big Bryson DeChambeau fan because at first
I'm not a DeChambeau fan.
Okay, everybody didn't like him at first. He yelled at that guy for hitting him in the eye. His glow up since then, whoever his PR team has been great. He's so fun to watch. Now he's got his YouTube channel. He played with Trump. He played with.
He played with Rick Shields too. I watched that YouTube video. Yeah, so he is fun to watch, but I don't know, man.
It's maybe he found Jesus or something. Like he's a completely different guy now.
Yeah, he's a different dude.
And I'm all about it. Every time every weekend, that's when I want to watch his group.
Yeah,
so.
Man, I'm a Tiger fan though, dude. Like I grew up watching Tiger. I used to take newspaper articles and cut them out and hang his picture up on my wall in my bedroom.
That's a little weird, man.
I had him and John Elway next to each other in my room when
you
I
had
was
a Tiger Woods shrine in your room.
Yeah. I was a huge Tiger fan, man. I've loved his career. I've loved watching him play, and it's hard to see him now because he's hurt. He's still, but man, he draws a crowd like nobody else.
You can say it, man. He's old. He's old. He needs to go to the championship tour.
Yeah, he's it's going to be fun to watch. I think what's going to be fun to watch is his son and like John Daly's son and some of these young guys coming up. That's going to be fun to watch. So we'll see.
Yeah, the rise of golf has been fun. A lot more people play now. It's getting
Oh, yeah.
getting some eyes on it. So
Yeah, one day I'll have enough vacation where I can take off for Masters Week and just watch golf for a
watch
week.
golf.
It'll never happen, but it's fun to think about.
Kevin, did you hear that? This guy really just wants to watch the Masters, man. Well, Daniel, thanks for coming out. We just wanted to introduce you to everybody that follows us and kind of watches Andy's Roofing. Maybe they don't know who you are. If they've talked to you on the phone, well, now they can put a personality and a face to that. So, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you click subscribe, and you can even hit the bell if you want, so you know when we post. Follow us on all platforms. We have a lot of great content. Appreciate you guys watching today, and we'll see you next time.